What was the status of the representatives of other European countries in Geneva? What were they doing there? They were in their own status. They were sitting somewhere in the cellar drinking coffee. Well, they talked to each other. Then Ukrainians met with them. They had a briefing, but they were not at the negotiations, and they are not expected there. We do not see the point in the participation of Europeans. They cannot help in any way given their mood. You have just mentioned the head of the European diplomacy with her brilliant statements. How can they help with such a position? Hardly with anything. Kaja Kallas has issued a demand for Russia. What should we do, in her opinion? Limit our armed forces? And we should do a lot more, in the opinion of Kaja Kallas. I think that the authority of Mrs. Kaja Kallas is not a century of golden diplomacy for the European continent. You had a chance to talk to some of the participants of the negotiations in Geneva. What are their moods? What do they say? The process is very complex. There is something to analyze. There is something to discuss with the head of state. Estonia is very close to us. We do not threaten Estonia like all other European countries. But if nuclear weapons are aimed at us in Estonia, then our nuclear weapons will be aimed at Estonia. And Estonia should clearly understand this. Russia will always do what it should do to ensure its own security, especially in matters of nuclear deterrence. Zelenskyy's interview. He has already gone down to some completely subversive lexicon. That is, whatever he says and whatever words he uses, he still considers himself the president of the country. Let's not pay attention to Zelensky. We have our president, President Putin. He always stays within the framework of decency. He never allows himself any bad words towards other heads of state, no matter how worthy these bad words are. And let's still be equal to our president. A lot has been done recently. We have practically decided with all the participants and customers of this crime. But you know that a number of people who have something to do with this have been detained. One citizen managed to escape to the territory of Ukraine. We understand that the customers are the special services of Ukraine. And behind them are the third countries that we talked about earlier. That the Ukrainian special services operate under the curatorship or under the curatorship of the Western special services. We see the British mark here. Therefore, the investigation continues. If there is any additional information, we will definitely publish it. Many people have a question. Can we and should we behave with this regime in the same way as they behave with us and carry out some kind of retaliatory special operations? You know, this question is very delicate. I would not like to discuss this topic. Work is being carried out. And of course, we do not miss what is happening here. Of course, we will not forget and will never forgive.